Good afternoon, YouTube watchers. It's Val in Vancouver here. Sorry if my voice is a bit froggy. Got a bit of a cold right now, but feeling better today than I did yesterday and Friday. And it's a long weekend here. It's Family Day in Canada, or at least in Ontario and BC. I know for sure it's Family Day on Monday, so I have a long weekend off, which is kind of nice. So I'm just going to be trying something new. Well, not new today. I've done various pours, and I've done once where I did over the canvas like I'm going to do today. But today I'm going to be pouring over these clay pots and then letting the excess run onto the canvas. As you can see, it's a 10 by 20 inch canvas. I got these little clay pots from the dollar store. The three little ones were $1.50 for the three, and the two bigger ones were $1.50 for the two. So I'm just going to start layering my paints in here, but before I do, I'll let you know what paints I'm using. So they are all ArtMinds brand called DIY Now. So the black one is called Blackout. The next gold one is called Gypsy Gold, so it's kind of a darker gold. And the one after that is called Cabana Boy, a very tropical blue, sort of tealy color. The next gold one I'm using is called Cleopatra. It's actually a really awesome gold. I like it very much. Very comparison to me to the Deco Art 24 karat gold. And this last one is kind of an off-white one. So I'm not 100% sure what I think of it, but it's called Coconut Dreams. So we'll see how those go. So I'm just going to start layering these in the cup, and then I'll start pouring over. I may have to pour more than one cup to get these pots all covered, but we'll see how it goes here. Excuse me, except for my froggy throat. So usually I try and pour these things before I start my video, but I wasn't even sure if I was going to do it today, depending on how I felt, and I wanted to get things prepped. So we'll just layer them here in front so you can see what I'm doing. I'm not looking to layer them neatly. I'm just kind of pouring them in on top of each other, which can create what they call a dirty pour, which I'm fine with because they're going to spread differently over each of the pots anyways. So like I said, I might have to mix up more. I'm hoping not, because that just delays things. But if I do, I'll just pause the video and come back once I've mixed more. So there's one layer of each. I'll do another one. I found some of these paints, even though they're all the same brand, the black was quite thick, so I had to add more Floetrol to this one. Oh, which reminds me, these are these little 4-ounce cups, but I did 1.5 ounces of paint to 1.5 ounces of Floetrol, and in the black and the Cabana Boy and the Coconut Dreams, I did add a little bit of water just to try and make them a little bit thinner for what I want. Hopefully these aren't going to be too thick pouring over the pots. I just have found that when I'm pouring over something, if I want colors to stay, then I have to make it a little bit thicker so that they don't run off too quickly. And in this case, I'm not going to be turning them because I don't have them on a Lazy Susan type turner. So I think that's good for now. I do have enough paint left that I could do another layer, but the cup's almost full, so I just want to start pouring. So I'm going to start over here, and we'll just see how things go as they flow. I did, in the little hole in the bottom of the pots, on the inside, I put a little piece of duct tape just to cover that over. So these might be a little too thick still. I haven't used these paints really much before, so we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I might have to do more paint or rethink this a little bit. But either way, I think it's going to be cool. I love doing painting over things, pouring over things. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so let's let those drip down while I add more layers of paint. Try and get 2 more layers out of each cup here. And hopefully that will be enough to do the other 2 pots. We'll see what happens. I've got these really cool paddle type sticks from the superstore, grocery store here in Canada. They're in the paper plates, cups section, and they're really cool. They're actually, I guess for some kind of, canapes or whatever, because they have a pointy skewer on one end. So I guess theoretically they're flags in a way, because you could write on the little paddle end what it is, I guess, that somebody might be eating, and stick the other end into the product. But I just bought them because I like the little paddle ends, so that I can scrape better the sides of cups and stuff to to use up all the paint as much as possible. So trying my camera a different way today, so Usually I have it kind of facing away from me, which means I can't see what I'm doing with the camera, and I'm having sometimes to guesstimate where I'm viewing for you watchers. So this time I've got the camera facing me, which makes it a little closer. I had to move it away on the little stand that I use, but that's okay. We'll see how this works out. I think you've got a good view of everything anyways. These pots are all looking awesome because of course they're all turning out different because of whichever part of the paint they got in the layering, and I think this cup will definitely be enough for the 2 more cups. And then I'll let them drip. I'll probably pause the video and let them finish dripping for a few more minutes once I get these other 2 covered, and then we'll come back and I'll take them off, put them aside, and then we will start spreading this paint, tilting this paint all over the canvas. So here we go. This one's, because the canvas is a bit heavy with all these on it, it's a bit sunk, so it's going to be a little bit of an uneven pour, unfortunately. So I'm going to try and pour to the one side here to get it to go over this edge. And then we'll do this one. It's a poured, it's also tilting a little bit towards center. So I'll just make sure I go over this edge. And I can't see this front of this one, so I'm just going to make sure color's going down the side there. And make sure these are all covered. Wow, they look awesome. And I'm just going to, I'm going to let these drip for a bit longer. I'm just going to spread this leftover paint. And I do have a plastic cup underneath, inside each pot underneath, so that they can drip, and then I can pick them up carefully and be able to move them without smudging them too much. Although I did just actually whack the side of this one with the cup, but it's okay. It actually gives it just kind of more design. So, and I didn't do anything with the pots at all. I didn't even wipe them off or anything. Just took them out of their little plastic wraps and put them under the cups here. So just let that, like I said, we're going to let that all drip for a few minutes till they're just about done, and then I'll come back and we will finish these the pouring. So just bear with me here. Thanks very much. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to take off my glove in order to get my tape to pause. So bear with me here. Okay, we're back. So I'm just going to re-put my glove on there, and they've pretty much finished dripping, but these 2 that are on a bit of an angle because of the weight on the canvas are dripping a little bit unevenly, so I want to get them off so they'll finish hopefully dripping evenly if I can get my thumb back in my glove. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. Alright, so I'm just going to lift these carefully off. Try not to touch the cups, but if I do, it's not a big deal. Put them over there. Get these little ones off first just because they're easiest to get at. Okay. Maybe this one next. Try not to touch the paint underneath. I actually am, but that's okay. Just wipe my hands off there. Get the next one. These pots look pretty awesome already. They will dry differently, of course, as things continue to drip off, but I'm really liking them. Ugh, slippery. Okay. There we go. Not too bad. Oops, and I just wiped paint all the way up my arm. Good thing I'm washable. Alright, so I can see that you can see the canvas there, and I just have push pins underneath. So I'm just going to start to tilt. I'm actually going to put a little bit more black here and there, and a little bit of white just to get things flowing a bit. So these are the Artist Loft Ready Mix that I'm using here. Just want to make sure I have my canvas covered. I'm running out of white, but I didn't feel like going to Michael's to get more today, but I'm sure I have enough that I could just add a little bit here to help this spread. Okay, let's go and get this tilted Glad that you can see, and I'll show you a close-up. I'll bring you in for close-ups of the pots, and that once we, excuse me, once we get this tilting done. All right, here we go. Let's start just. So I apologize. I was doing an amazing video here for you with pouring over the little clay pots, plant pots, and my video, I guess I need to make more room on my phone, which I'm trying to figure out what to do, and I'm looking into maybe buying a camera that I can actually do my videos on, so which would be giving me better options and stuff. So hopefully I can get some of this recorded for you. So this is a 10 by 20 inch canvas. This is all from the left, or the pour that came off of the little 5 clay pots I did. I don't know if I can blend the videos there, but here are the pots so far, and of course they are going to continue to drip for a little bit longer, although they're pretty good actually. They're not dripping much anymore. So I'm just going to see if I can get around to showing you both sides, or all sides of the pots. I do apologize for the jiggliness. I'm just holding this in my hand right now, and I'm hoping that the video continues so you can see them all, and I'll see if I can figure out how to blend the videos. But I love the pots. They look amazing, and they're going to continue to look amazing. Let's see this 10 by 20 here. Absolutely love it. So there's the 10 by 20, looking gorgeous, and then there are the pots, also looking gorgeous. Thanks very much.